This is Lab 20, Example 6. We have the function f of x is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 4. We want to find the vertex, the x-intercept, the y-intercept, and the range. So we want to find the vertex first. The vertex is going to be a point xy. We need to find the x value and the y value. The x value comes from the formula x is equal to negative b divided by 2a, while the y value comes from the formula f of negative b over 2a. The a and the b come from the standard way of writing a polynomial, which is ax squared plus bx plus c. So we have our a is 1, our b is 4, and our c is 4. So negative b is going to give us negative 4 divided by 2 times a, which is 1. So this is essentially just negative 4 divided by 2. That's just going to give us negative 2. Now that we know what our x value is, we can plug it into our function f up here to get our y value. So this is equal to negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2 plus 4. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8 plus 4. This is going to equal 0. So our vertex is the point negative 2, 0. So moving on, we want to find our x-intercepts. Our x-intercepts are going to be when y is equal to 0. So we're going to substitute f of x as 0. So we have 0 is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 4. And we want to solve for our x. To do this, you can either plug it into the quadratic formula or you can factor. I'm going to factor. So factoring this, we're going to look for all the factors of 4 that add to our b, which is also 4. So the factors of 4 are 1 and 4. It's also 2 and 2. There's also negative 1 and negative 4, and negative 2 and negative 2. If you add these, you'll notice that the only ones that add to our b, which is 4, is 2 and 2. So this factors to x plus 2 times x plus 2. And if we solve this for each one equal to 0, we get x is equal to negative 2 and negative 2. So x is just equal to negative 2. Thus our x-intercept is the singular point negative 2, 0. Like that. Moving on, we need to find our y-intercept and our range. For reference, I'm going to put our function up here. F of x is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 4. Our y-intercept happens when our x is equal to 0. So we're going to substitute 0 into each x up here. So we have y is equal to 0 squared plus 4 times 0 plus 4. This term will be 0, this term will be 0. So we are left with just y is equal to 4. So our y-intercept is the point 0, 4. Lastly, we want to look at our range. Our range is all of our possible y values. We're going to need to use the vertex for this. Our vertex was negative 2, 0. And if you graph this, you'll find that it's a parabola. Parabolas have two different forms. They either open upwards if they are positive, or if they are negative, they open downwards. Because there's no negative in front of this x squared, we know that it opens upwards. If there was a negative here, it would open downwards. So because we know the vertex and that it opens upwards, we can graph a quick sketch of this function. So our vertex is at negative 2, 0, right there, and it opens upwards. So if we're going to look at all of our possible y values, we go from bottom to top. If we start here at this negative value, we notice if we go outwards, we don't touch the function at all. Same for down here. But if we are at y is equal to 0, we do find a value here. If we go upwards, we find some values, all the way up to positive infinity. So that means that our first value going from bottom to top that we actually get a y value is y is equal to 0. So our range goes from 0 including 0 to positive and infinity.